Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and this week we're going to play more Simic Merfolk in Modern. So, yeah, the last league did not go particularly well, and I think honestly, things are pretty hostile in Modern. There's been a lot of like Amulet Titan lately, and especially this green-white variant, and it's been just rough overall. So, I don't know exactly what the way for Merfolk to succeed is, but the approach I'm going to try this week is I'm going to take this Simic list and I'm going to play it as similar to the mono blue list that I was doing well with as possible. So if you look here, there's almost exactly the same deck list. The only difference is that instead of the 3 Master Waves and the 4th Glasspool Mimic, I am just going to play 4 Merfolk Mistbinder. So the idea with playing Simic is if you're going to do this, you want to be more aggressive than mono blue. Mono blue, you usually want to interact a little bit more and have a little bit more of an bigger curve to it because you play stuff like more 3-drops and more Master Waves and that sort, or you might play like more interaction in the main deck to make up for the fact that you don't have as many lords or the better 1-drop. So Simic is really good at pressuring the opponent quickly, so that's why Kamena Speaker and Merfolk Mistbinder hopefully can make this deck a little bit faster, and we'll see. I don't know if Mistbinder is actually going to be better than Master Waves or not, though. That remains to be seen. I think it definitely could be. If there's a lot of Titan, then Mistbinder will help us race that a little bit better. So this might be stronger, but on the other hand, you lose out of that possibility of catching back up in games where you're behind with like Master Waves and Glasspool Mimic. So it's hard to say how this is going to turn out. I think this is a fine way to try to build this. I'm going to still play the Deprive in the main deck. I think that it's like very, very close between Deprive and Force, and honestly, I just like that Deprive is not always dead against decks. Like, Force of Negation does very little against Amulet Titan for the most part, whereas Deprive actually can counter stuff that matters. Deprive also works against Oops All spells, so it's more versatile, so I'm more willing to play it in the main deck. And then if we go up against a deck that has like a bunch of non-creature spells like Planeswalkers or whatnot that we want to counter, then we can side in our Force of Negation from the sideboard. So other than that, everything else is basically the same. We have our Lords here, Regery, Glasspool, 2 Mutavaults here. So I think this will work. Because with the 3 Glasspool, we're at 21 lands. We don't need to be at 22 because we don't have the 4-drop, so I think this is fine. And Kamena Speaker, well, it costs green on turn 1, so let's look. We have 11 ways to get green mana on turn 1 plus Ether Vial, so it's like 15 sources effectively. I think that's fine for this. Sideboard, just the classics. Chalice if we go up against like the Luris or the Prowess decks. Forest Dismember, Relic, and I think Pithing Needle is worth trying. This card might help us a little bit against some of these decks where, like in matches where we're probably going to need a little bit more help, maybe like Tron, naming like a Planeswalker or Ballista, or maybe against Heliod Company, you can name stuff like Spike Feeder with it, Giver of Runes. So it does turn off some cards. Maybe even against Amulet Titan we might consider this. I don't know if we would definitely, but it's reasonable. Like, there are a lot of decks where Needle just does things that we need it to do. What else? Oh yeah, against Oops All spells, like this can name what is it? Balustrade Spy, I think is the one. Or is it? Hold on, let me check. No, Undercity Informer. It names that one. So it names Informer, and it also can name Belcher if they side that in. So it's got some good versatility to it, and usually if we're going to side it in, we know what we're going to name for the most part based on what our hand looks like. So I think we'll try 2 slots for it. There's not really much else I want here at the moment, so we just need something fast. Like Damping Matrix would be fine, but it's 3 mana and it's a little bit slow. By the time that you get it, then it's not always still relevant because you might just be dead by the time you play it. So we'll try it like this, see how it goes. Honestly, like, it's very possible that we're gonna struggle again because these leagues are random and we might get paired up with a bunch of nonsense that we are gonna struggle against. But who knows? Maybe things will go very well. But either way, we're gonna find out together. And then You know what? If things don't go well for Merfolk, we can take a break for a week or two. We have other stuff that we can play, so we'll see. Let's get into this. I will see you in just a second. Okay, here we are. We are on the draw against Injustice. I think I'll keep this. This is only an okay hand, but not willing to mulligan this. Scalding Tarn. Pass? We already have 3 lands in hand, so there's no need to play the Glasspool Mimic, I think. So maybe this is Control? This could be like Uro. If this is Uro, that might be fine. We have Cavern of Souls, which will play nicely through whatever counterspells they have. Show them Reedry, because it's the most likely card I'm going to play next turn. They want to bolt or path this, that's okay. And drawing a Silvergill is pretty nice too. Hollowed Fountain, does this mean like Teferi's on his way? I mean, yeah, we're going to struggle a lot against this. There's nothing I can particularly do about it. Hopefully I can draw a 1-drop, that would be nice. I'm gonna have to discard a card, so I guess we'll get rid of Flooded Strand. Well, Teferi's out, so I can't do anything here. That is the one thing that sucks about not having Force in the main deck. We don't have a good answer to Teferi, and we didn't have a 1-drop either, so Teferi is really hard to beat when you don't have like Vial or a 1-drop. I guess we're just going to attack. They might throw something in front of it, maybe a Shark token. But I can't play around it. Interesting, Cryptic Command. So I have 8 cards again. I'm still gonna play something, so they still know about Reedry. That's pretty good. So I think maybe this is a good place to play Mistbinder. So we have a handful of gas at least, so our chances of killing Teferi next turn are pretty good. Confounding Conundrum. I don't think that's going to do very much against us. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure Teferi's going to die. So, how do we do this here? I think if we play 2 Lords, like, there's, like, no chance that Teferi lives, right? We'll do it like this. They might play, like, Mana Leak. Delay. Okay. They're actually tapped out here, so this would be a good opportunity to actually seize the Colonnade and then just kill Teferi. You might Force of Negate this. Okay. Well, we got rid of Teferi at least. So delay plus Teferi is kind of a combo, because if Teferi's in play when this comes off of suspend, and then we won't get to cast it, so then they'll effectively turn this into a counterspell. That's less than ideal. We're not locked out by this yet, but it's not great. I think it's safe to attack here. Interesting. We have a lot of gas here, so I think I might actually just play Glass Pool as a land. So we're going to have to discard something anyway, and I don't particularly want to discard stuff right now. Oh, fuck, they have double Cryptic. The hell do I discard? I guess I'm discarding the Borrower. Okay, so they actually are. I think they do have a Cryptic lock online. God damn it, Teferi, I hate you so much. They have a Cryptic they just drew for this turn, and they have a Teferi they just played. The question is, do they have Supreme Verdict? Which they could. And if they have Verdict, then we're fucked. I have to kill this Teferi quickly if I ever want my Lord to come back. Well, if they're smart, they'll do this in my upkeep. Why would you let me draw a card? That just seems dumb. I can't really do anything about this. This is not going to resolve. They're definitely going to tap everything, so... Is there a way that... I don't think there's any way that, like, really matters here. I'm going to force them to Cryptic tap and draw instead of tap... Or I guess they tap bounce Sanctuary, right? No, they still have one in hand, so... So what do I do here? I play Marrow Reejery. Yep. Okay. Because I guess this actually... It doesn't let me break it. If they do it on the upkeep, though, it can let me break the Cryptic lock. No, they can field my Cavern now, which is a problem. And their delay has officially entered counterspell mode. This whole game has just been defined by Teferi. That's it. Like Teferi and then Mystic Sanctuary, 100%. I think we like it just looks like a control deck, but I think in general we can beat this, but it's gonna be hard. So how do we do that? Like I don't want to overcommit to the board because at any given point, um, they threaten to just kill us. Hmm. Does it matter here what I tap or untap? Probably not. I guess let's tap that. Like, Supreme Verdict just threatens to kill us at any given point, so... Okay, why did they not, like, bounce their Sanctuary to get it back? I don't want to see this anymore. Damn it. This is just confusing. Alright, I guess I'll put it over here. Crucible Worlds. Oh, okay, that makes sense, because they can flood it straight and just get a third one from their deck now. Interesting, they're letting me attack. Does this mean you have, like, Settle the Wreckage or something? Or, like, what? Let's see, what happens if you, like, Path Marrow Reejerey? Then I'm still hitting you for 3, 3, and 2. I guess I should still just attack you. Well, they can't fetch anymore. And they obviously didn't have Supreme Verdict. Why did they not Field of Ruin the Cavern of Souls? That seems ridiculous. Okay, well I can't play a land here, so I guess the question is, do I play a creature in the face of this? They have 4 cards left. I can play... Does this matter? They might just... Yeah, like, I don't know. What's going on? Do I need another attacker right now? I don't think so. I'm not going to need the Scalding Tarn. So, like, oh, they're just, okay, they can Field of Ruin it this time. But, like, what is your plan? This seems like you're dying. You just traded Teferi for this? What are you gonna Verdict now? I don't understand what's happening. You just unlocked me from Teferi for no apparent reason. They must be desperate. Like, they're going to die. Just how bad? Okay, well, I guess it feels like they fucked that up like super hardcore because at this point they had two cryptic commands, right? And they even had like Teferi out. So wouldn't the correct thing to do be like cryptic command, tap, bounce Mystic Sanctuary, put the second cryptic on top of the deck, then their turn, you know, play Sanctuary, put the other cryptic back on top, and just keep cycling them that way? Like, it feels like they probably had a good lock on this game. I don't know how they fucked up so badly. Like, what was going on in their hand that... And not killing the Cavern of Souls seemed like that was really bad, too. Okay, well, I don't think Spreading Seas is actually that good against them, despite the Colonnade. I think we need Force of Negation, and we need Relic of Progenitus. So what's not great here? Probably not Brazen Borrower. Maybe Glass Pool's not terribly good either. I can't cut too many of them because I do want them for mana, but it's probably fine. Like, most of our deck stops at 2. Do I bring in Relic of Progenitus? That's a good question. I don't know, like, it just feels like the opponent they lost this game somehow. They're a Path to Exile deck. Maybe we can get away with just having fewer lands. Okay, well, whatever. We take these wins. Like, I don't know. I think they managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Because I feel like if I was playing with the cards that I've seen them have that match, I don't think I would have lost. I think they had the tools. They could have controlled that game better if they'd tried. But it's weird that they didn't try to bounce like the Sanctuary with the Cryptic command. Confounding Conundrum obviously did not do anything at all, so... That's part of playing is, you know, you play to your outs, and if the opponent has given you reason to believe that, you know, they are floundering, then you stay in it and just hope that you can get them. We were playing around just hoping that they don't have Supreme Verdict, and, you know, they didn't play it, so they were in trouble. So we didn't even, you know, counterspells were not even necessary. But they will definitely help a lot, especially if we can keep Teferi from resolving. Or at least have, like, you know, 2 creatures to pressure it in turn 3. That'll be good. I cannot keep this hand. This is a mulligan, easily. They are keeping 7 cards. We are not keeping. Oh my god! No! Not like this! Fuck. Alright, keep. Relics going on the bottom, and Silvergill's going on the bottom. This is about as good as 5 cards ever gets for us. So we just have to play it and pray. Sure. Serum Vision's away. Like, in most scenarios, we just want to keep this pretty much exact 5. I would love to pay the 2 life. And I'm probably going to play Mistbinder first, because if they end up with, like, Field of Ruin, I really want to be able to play the Mistbinder before that happens. Alright, do you have Spell Snare? No. You might have Path to Exile, which I'd actually be okay with. So I could play 2 things next turn then. No paths this time. Okay, so we're off to a good start. So now even if they played Teferi, it wouldn't be that big a deal because we can just kill it immediately. Is this Timely Reinforcements? Are you, I think you are playing Teferi and you just didn't tap blue. Okay. Sure. But Teferi's gonna die, so not a big deal. They're just cycling it for a card and 3 life, basically. Get the fuck out of here. We're kind of choked on mana, though. If we can find a 3rd land, this will be helpful. Well, that Ghost Quarter is a problem. Now they have another one? Okay. They didn't have Path before. I don't know. Maybe they could have drawn it in the last few turns. You gonna Path this thing in my draw step? They definitely have Path in hand. That's what they're debating doing right now. It's why they have these awkward pauses, because they're waiting to see what I'm going to do. They did find it, so let's make use of our mana here. Can play a Lord and a Kamena Speaker next turn. Right. Now things are we're getting in trouble now, because now they don't have Cryptic online yet, so Verdict? No, Jace. Oh, fuck. This is gonna get hard. Alright, what do we got? Cavern might not be a bad draw here. Well, we have infinite creatures, we just need to stick them. And ironically, if they path one of these again, like, it's just going to help us play more Lords. But we're also banking on them not having Verdict again, so they very well could. I don't like where this is going. Oh my god, they have big Teferi as well. They're just playing all Planeswalkers. So they can't have removal in hands, right? That's... So, alright, well... Oh, they tucked it. Alright, if I can only play one thing, I may as well be Mirror Regery. I will force them to deal with this, or otherwise, yeah, so maybe they'll have to waste one of their Planeswalkers to get rid of it. Because otherwise it'll let me deploy out 2 things next turn. Crucible Worlds. Okay. I would love to. Well, they tick up. This doesn't seem great. Oh, fuck, they played another Teferi. Look at this. This is fucking Teferi tribal. Well, that's terrible. Alright, we need to draw a land so we can play 2 things, because otherwise we have no chance. That does nothing for us now. Yeah, they can just Jace. Like, we're fucked. Alright, again, like, this is an entire, like, game that has just been totally 100% defined by Teferi Time Raveler and us not being able to deal with it. I mean, we mulled to 5, we had a good 5-card hand, but, like, what the fuck are you going to do against 3 Teferi Time Ravelers on 5 cards? Nothing. You're just going to die. This is why I hate this card so much. Like, look at this. This is so dumb. And it draws them a card every time that they do this. Alright. Cryptic and counter this thing? No, just Archmage's Charm. Okay. Yeah, Ghost Quarter's not gonna actually... Okay, I guess it sort of does something. I guess I tap the Colonnade? So I only have one shot to kill something important, so I think I have to kill Time Raveler. Because it lets me use the Force of Negation in my hand. Okay. Okay, see, now we're back in this, sort of. I mean, this Crucible of Worlds is a problem, but if we can pick up a relic, we might actually not be in too bad of shape. Like, they're not making meaningful progress here. We still have one more basic in our deck to find, at least. So this looks like they're playing, like, blue-white land destruction. What the fuck? Does that even matter? I don't think that it does. Confounding Conundrum. That's not great. Well, they didn't play it, so that's concerning. It's a tough spot here. I don't... So, they have Colonnade up, so if I want to attack, I have to play the Master of the Pearl Trident. But we're still vulnerable to, like, Path to Exile, too. I guess I need to play Mirror Regery here. They do have Colonnade online to block. That's fine. At least I can attack now. So if I have to attack one of them, probably Teferi is the biggest problem card. We're still super choked in lands, and like they have their fucking Crucible engine online, so... Did I bring in all 3 relics? I did, I just didn't find them. Alright. Fuck, alright. I think from here we're pretty dead. Because they can just Ghost Quarter away the rest of our lands. Alright, you know what? It's fine. Like, from here, like, we're never getting rid of the Planeswalkers before they just destroy all of our lands, so... It's not worth it. I think I will, however, take in Brazen Borrower. I'm gonna take out the Regeries. These Pithing Needles might actually be worth something here. So they are playing a lot of Planeswalkers. I can nail like Jace or Teferi, Hero of Dominaria with it, that might be fine. Can also name Celestial Colonnade. There's a lot of useful things for Needle in this. Guess I'm gonna keep this. Play Ether Vial. I mean, we haven't had a hand with Vial yet, so... I'll probably just play the other Vial right away. Hope that I can pick up another blue land to use this Deprive. Okay, so they fixed it so these always things are here now. So yes, please. Well, we picked up more creatures, that's not terrible. That's excellent. Alright, we can just pass here. So if they play Teferi, I have Deprive, and then I can just violin like a master if I want. No Teferi, that's a good sign. Yes, and always no. Okay, this is fine. We are in a much better position this game. We have a bunch of cards that do relevant things here, so... And if this colonnade ever gets close to getting online, maybe I might needle it. Oops. There might have been some value in playing out game 2 to time a little bit, but... I don't feel like it. I don't know. There's not really a reason to needle anything right now. Yeah, okay. It's not actually the end of the world just yet. Put path back on top. Okay. So you can draw it right away. I guess that makes sense. It's not bad. guess I'm not going to play the needle just yet. I'll hold on to that as a surprise. Put path back on top. Okay. Maybe they just don't have a lot of verdicts in their deck. It's entirely possible. Okay, Conundrum. That doesn't really do anything right now. It just gives you a path, so we're only attacking for 4, basically. Ooh, Snap Path, okay. Alright, well, it's not ideal. They're down to 2 cards, though. You're going to use it here? You're going to take 2 and just... No, they're going to use it. Alright. Celestial Colonnade. Alright, so they don't have this as an attacker or a blocker, at least. Alright, did you find Jace? Looks like it. Alright, well, they had like 2 cards left in hand, so Jace was one of them. But I had to do this, because if I didn't name this, then I would never be able to attack them. So, it's still necessary, I think. Alright, well, we need something. We need to stop drawing lands. That's good. I want to do this now because if I draw Marrow Reejerey, there's a possibility I might want to play it. Okay. Come on, Path is not your last card. Okay, we're in a good spot here. They have a 2-1 in play, they do not have a Path in hand, and they might have just drawn a land, so... This is looking promising. So here we probably just want to draw counter spells to press our advantage. Or another Lord would be good too. That's not terrible. I mean, it's not perfect because of the Ghost Quarter. But they have to do something now. They have to deal with the Lord of Atlantis or they die. Wait, did they just kill their own land? I'm confused. You didn't kill my Mutavault. The fuck is wrong with you? Okay. That had to have been a huge blunder. Like, why would you Ghost Quarter your own island? You have to kill the Mutavault there, right? And then hope that you can draw like Path to Exile, so you can Path the Lord and then block Silvergill and then take 2 from Comena Speaker, right? That seems like that's the way to go. So that at least keeps you in the game. I don't know. But whatever, they gave up, so we won. They didn't play a single verdict. They just played many, many planeswalkers, and just barely we were able to like get there in the end. I think if they drew like one good card towards the end, like they could have swung the other way, but looks like Pithing Needle was actually pretty good here. I think this was a relevant card to bring in. We didn't play a single relic, right? Yeah, we brought in all three and we didn't see any of them. That's surprising as hell. So Colonnade looks strong, I guess, with what they're doing. So they're playing like almost like a blue-white Ponza sort of deck with the idea being, you know, you use Confounding Conundrum alongside stuff like Path to Exile, Field of Ruin, and Ghost Quarter, and Crucible of Worlds. So you just get all the lands out of their deck. Like, that's what happened to us in Game 2. They got to a point where we were not going to have any more basics to put in play after they kept, like, Ghost Quartering us every turn. So we were never going to be able to cast spells. And even if we drew a land, it wasn't really going to help, so... No, this game is a totally different story. Ether Vial was a huge difference maker, and we had the Lord like on the turn that we needed it. So we got Jace off the board, and then it was just that's that. So, all right, well, pretty good start. I'm happy with this so far. We'll see how this goes. Take it easy, everybody. Please give this a thumbs up. Leave some nice comments. I always read them. Thank you much, and I'll see you tomorrow.